yes. New music Wednesdays. Wednesdays. What they talk about? What they talk about? Word, yes. New music Wednesdays. Wednesdays. What they talk about? Talk about. What they talk about?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is New Music Wednesdays, the Next Up Experience live at the Penthouse. Okay, I like that round of applause.
Look at this, yeah.
All right, just in case you guys didn't know, for the first time coming through, I'm your girl, Chris Childs.
Your boy, Tez.
It's your guy, Cuddy Rex.
All right, and we're having another great New Music Wednesdays Next Up Experience, and today is a special one because we have lots to talk about.
Yeah,
we're obviously celebrating Juneteenth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We have some special guests in the building.
Absolutely.
Rita Daniels.
We got Lenny Green here.
Yes, we do. And we're going to get into some deep conversations about the music. It's also Black Music Month.
Black Music Month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's been a thread throughout history.
Absolutely.
Cuddy looked excited coming in here. He looked hype coming in here. Let's go.
It's the Knicks. What are we talking about?
If you're not in New York City, but you've heard it all around the world.
Are they living under a rock?
The Knicks have run the championship 2026. The first time in 53 years coming out of their drought. Guys, I don't have to ask you, but you know what? Tell the people how you feel.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo,
Big
look.
Knicks in 5.
Look, Cuddy's Timbs look like they about to burst into flames.
On this table.
You should have.
Are these core memories unlocked, guys? I mean,
Childhood.
Are you going to remember where you were for the rest of your life the day that the Knicks won?
You have to. Where else were? What?
What else?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, let's actually.
I've seen I literally saw grown men cry. Members on our team. Shed a nice little New York tear. Little thug tear.
Listen, I have to say this first and foremost. Shout out to my dad for being a lifelong Knicks fan.
Loyal.
I was born and raised a Knicks fan. I had no other choice. And with that being said, we already know New York City is crazy. With tomorrow being the Knicks championship
ticker
parade.
tape parade. Let's go.
Listen, are y'all ready for
Ticker
this?
tape.
Ticker
Listen,
tape.
it's getting crazy.
National Guard. I think they already here.
They already been called in.
All right,
Yeah, I think
so
they parked up. They ready.
guys,
We
guys,
ready.
First of all, they absolutely should extend the parade because yes, that's the normal route, but this is the New York Knicks after 53 years.
After 53
right?
years.
And
Yeah,
then
that's big.
Half a
I do
century.
understand the fact of limiting it and it being crazy because let's be honest, we've seen chaos in New York City with the wins, with the losses, but I have a theory.
Okay, what's the theory?
I have a theory. I mean, for everybody out there who's not from New York, who's looking at us appalled, like, oh my God, look how you guys are acting. I want to bring some facts to you right now.
Oh, I know
all right.
this.
Number one, we obviously have the World Cup in town. So we have all types of people from every walk of life in the country right now. So we have that, number one. All right. Number two, if you guys didn't know, Kai Cenat does Streamer University.
Yeah.
There was applications last week at Streamer University.
Oh,
and
the
if
line
you're
was
coming,
crazy.
the line, I'm talking about thousands upon thousands of people online. And now let's get this straight. Like, what is a streamer's job?
Make an impact. They want to be seen.
And let me tell you something. I've seen some streamers out here starting fights, wearing Spurs jerseys on purpose just so they can get knocked out.
And
Hey,
did.
chat,
So they
watch
can
me
go
catch this
viral.
And
fade.
did.
Yeah.
And did, proudly. But guess
They-
what? They got the views, though.
They
It
got
wasn't
the
for
views.
free.
Was it really worth getting lumped up?
I mean, you
the
seen the
Spurs?
streamer money?
I mean, they
sometimes?
young. You can just get right up after that. So that was number two. So we said FIFA.
Yep.
We said the
Streamers.
streamers.
Yep.
Number three, Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Ooh, that was
All right.
yes.
Listen, we're talking about, I know the police are tired of New York City and they
Yes.
actually had to like
Overnight
collectively
shifts.
get overnight shifts.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously the Knicks. So now we're talking about millions
More
of people
different
here in one weekend crammed for like historic moments back to back to back to
Just
back.
compounding. Do you think being a New Yorker worldwide is seen as like you gotta be able to wild out?
Like, we don't even be wilding out like that. We be wilding out, but we wild out with like justification. We not just
Right.
gonna
There's
be
a
like,
reason.
I want
There's a
to
reason.
destroy this school bus. But we're gonna get on to the next thing, the real thing, what we're here for.
Yes.
Let's talk about Juneteenth, y'all.
Let's
Yes,
do it.
Juneteenth.
Yes.
All
This is like
right.
our 4th of July. And I feel like for the past, let's say 6 to 7 years, it's been making a big impact like 4th of July for our community, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of people been having festivals. big cookouts, big parties, big kickbacks, you know what I'm saying? And it's starting to become like a real tradition.
Absolutely. Not only bringing people together, bringing the community together, but impacting how the community builds.
It absolutely is, but let's like back it up for the people who don't really know what's going on, because sometimes we can get into the habit of celebrating things and not really understanding and knowing what we're celebrating.
Indeed.
And it all just becomes a party and fun and games. And I think the importance is, especially now more than ever, that we see this political and economic climate being so hostile. We need to get back to understanding what we're all doing it for. When we're talking about our ancestors, let's talk about what Juneteenth actually is.
I mean,
that is the freedom of slaves, only in 1865.
Did they find?
It's 2026. That's not even 200 years ago.
No.
That on paper there was a proclamation for the slaves to be freed, and what that may look to other people who are going through other persecutions and so on and so forth, and how far away that we've gotten from being connected and collective.
Protecting that too, because the fact that a lot of people don't know is because in the spaces where we should be learning it, we literally have people actively trying to remove it.
A lot of the people that are posting very informative posts, reels, they're like being like shadow banned. And they're not even getting out to the people that they're supposed to, even on a lighter scale, like on a Facebook or a TikTok or something like that.
But that's a whole nother scale. All right, but let's get into what the next thing we're here for is obviously the kickoff of Black Music Month. But we have to keep these traditions going. You know, again, we have to celebrate jazz, R&B, rock.
I was going to say, look at the impact. Genres that people don't actually realize fall under Black music.
Absolutely. All right. And remember, keep it locked in. Make sure you follow us across all socials, New Music Wednesdays Live, and also go to the website, newmusicwednesdayslive.com. I'm your girl, Chris Childs.
Cortez.
Cuddy.
Tap in.
All right, you already know we're live here, New Music Wednesdays. You hear it all the time. I'm your girl, Chris Childs, and I'm your girl, Anna Nyakana. Every artist wants to know, how can they pull up every week? How can they get their music heard? How can they actually invest in their craft and invest in their purpose? All you have to do is go to newmusicwednesdayslive.com. Click on Artist Access, and for media that want to get involved, click on the Media Access. Fill out the form, pick out a package, and join the team. Absolutely. Listen, you're getting tons and tons and tons of benefits in this room. Listen, if you want to know how, just go to the website, check on the artist packages. Listen, you're going to get a full media carnival. I'm talking about like thousands, even millions of impressions in this room alone. And you might even get a chance to perform at some heavy hitters. We have A&R artists, celebrities. It's not called New Music Wednesdays for nothing. If you want to find out how you can get your music out there to the best and greatest in the game, this is where it's at. So make sure you go to that website, newmusicwednesdays.com, newmusicwednesdayslive.com, and the Instagrams, Twitch, everything.
Yo, peace and love. This is Love King Soul and R&B, Radio Raheem Devon, a.k.a. Mr. Quiet Storms, right here in NYC for New Music Wednesdays. You know the vibes. Life's a movie. Got me thinking, God, for you. You got me telling my mama and my friends about and my daydreams of touching, holding, kissing, while I'm sweating with you. Every word in this song's gonna be about. Every word in this song will be about. Every word in this song's gonna be about you. Every line, every phrase, every note in this song. Every word in this song's gonna be about you. Every word in this song's gonna be about you, baby. Don't stress me. Sometimes you test me, but I pass you. So I promise I'm not leaving. Only a fool will leave. Try to deceive. I give my word to. I would die for. Gonna live for. Said I breathe for. Every word in this song's gonna be about you.
music segment, New Music Wednesdays, and we here to talk about new music.
And since you're talking about the Knicks, there was a lot of New York music.
A lot of New York music, a lot of Knicks music. Shout out to Fat Joe. Fat Joe got some heat with Young Miami and Jadakiss. I think that was very, very appropriate. You know what I mean? Speaking of the Bronx and all of that, you know what I mean? Remy, Max, and French remix that Ever Since You Left Me.
True.
But it's like a Knicks version.
Yeah, they got it's a Knicks version.
For the Knicks. That's hard. Fab came out with that.
Oh yeah, Fabulous came out.
New York Knicks at all that. Yeah, it's a lot of new music. That right now, Young Miami, that spin that is going crazy in the streets, in the clubs. But that remix for the Knicks, that's hard. I don't know how crazy that's gonna go, like in the clubs and all of that, and in the streets. But for right now, especially this week, another one I really like and I want to shine light on, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
Yes,
Nipsey Hussle and Bino Ryder got a new record out. Facts. Well, they have a new project that's going to drop next month.
Yes.
Okay, but they released another single.
This wasn't on the list, but I shared it with Ep, and I told you about it, that Jacquees with Juvenile.
Right.
Hopefully you play it. Like it's definitely a summer joint because it got one of them old samples in there. You also got FIFA with the FIFA soundtrack. The FIFA soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? And they play in the Jers, in the MetLife.
Yeah, MetLife.
You know what I'm saying? I hear Haiti is up. Yep. I hear Hades up.
Kind of. Shout out to Jerry Wonder, the legendary Jerry Wonder.
Yes, sir.
He got the FIFA track with Buju.
Yes.
Yeah. Buju on there kicking some Creole.
Yeah, we played that earlier on a show earlier, so that was dope. I want that. I need that.
Jayla, come on, girl.
Come on.
Sit right here with the game.
Hey, guys.
Yo, we over here talking about music. Yes. What's up, girl?
Okay, you're talking about music.
You ain't talking about new music.
All right.
What's in your headphones? I want to ask what's on your iPod, but I'm going to sound old.
Okay, because I love Jacquees, okay?
Yeah, okay. See, I told you. See.
Like,
you heard the new song.
Oh, yeah. Like,
the layback.
Yeah,
the lick back.
No, yeah. Like, that was
dope,
so
right?
good. Like,
I told them they need to play it.
Juvenile, I feel like that's like such a good song for the summer because, we're going to turn up, but we're going to have
Come on, man.
Like, but we're going to also be able to sing to it, okay?
Okay.
And then in that same kind of like energy, I would say like that Glorilla and Ludacris.
Yeah, Glorilla and Luda, the Luda joint.
Yeah.
How's that sounding? It's hitting?
First of all,
I haven't heard it.
Like,
it's on digital.
Like the one thing I love about Luda is that like he could give us a hiatus, come back to the music, and come back just as hard as when he left.
Yo, it's a lot of heat this week. You know what I mean? Shout to Nick, like I said, shout to Nick, R.I.P.
Yes,
shout
R.I.P.
to Uncle Jerry. Shout to Jim Jones. Shout to Lizzo's. A lot of new music
shout out to
out.
Lizzo. Like,
I mean, I hope y'all fellas got y'all Seratos loaded up this week. We're going to keep loading up every week, man.
You already know the vibe.
And hopefully
each and every Wednesday, you know what it is right here. New Music Wednesdays live.
Now the culture has its own digital home. Hip Hop, made for artists, made for fans, made for the movement. If hip hop is your lane, claim it. Rep it, own it. From the streets to the streams, from the mic to your digital identity. Hip Hop is where the culture lives. Get your Hip Hop today. Own your name, own the culture.
Well, if you guys now tuning in, I want to first and foremost thank you for your participation in today and joining us.
Yeah, what a great honor to be here. Super excited to be a part of great legacy that this has served since 1998. So I'm part of something big, standing on the shoulders of giants. Glad to be here.
Like I said, somebody did their research. You know, they know the game, man. Well, again, thank you for joining today with us, and congratulations on everything that you've done. First of all, I really got to say thank the clergy people for coming out because the spirit sometimes does go awry, especially in our world of music. It can get lost very quickly with all the glitz, the glamour, and the messaging. But it's really a part of everybody. And I guess my first question is, how do you keep your church and yourself connected to today's culture?
It's a great question.
Well, there are different philosophies. Some say we're supposed to be disconnected from the culture. Mine is more of like a balance, right?
Yeah.
I think you can be oversaturated, but then at the same time you can be disconnected.
Yeah.
So I think as I looked at the ministry of Jesus, it is about balance. So how do we strike a better balance these days? I think through conversations like this, I think having sincere spaces where people can say, like, I wasn't always in church. Like I know pretty much just about every rap that you know word for word as well, because I grew up in the same space. So I think as we kind of break down those barriers and those misconceptions and just sit on couches like this, have conversations, we break down, figure out we're not as separate as we probably think we are. I agree, man. And, you know, a lot of the churches, I think, you know, one of the big struggles is the actual membership. You know, I've seen it dwindling, but I see a little bit of curve back. What's your experience, and what do you think some of the things that are effective to get the young people, the young base back through the doors?
I think it's sociological in a little bit in terms of like there's so many more options on Sunday. There used to be a time there was nothing else to do on Sunday but go to church.
That's true.
You had three TV channels, right? But now there's so many other options. So there's so many other things. The other thing I think that's happened in the church is the mega church has pulled away like the people who are part of the middle and small size, and then it allows people to be anonymous. So you don't have workers in the community impacting in the middle and small churches because everybody is in the bigger churches. So I think that has caused it. I think the churches that are engaged in like social justice and mission, but there has to be a balance too, in terms of the spiritual element, because sometimes you get so busy doing other things that you forget the main thing that we're here for, because you still need the community, you still need the spiritual, the peace, the alignment, those type of things that I think you can't find anywhere else.
Absolutely. Honestly, this is such a multifaceted conversation, and like we always say on this show is a lot of people wear a lot of different hats here. We know you as an author, a pastor, obviously, and also a strategist, you know, through your company. But you're also connected to helping support, because you were inspired by Harriet Tubman and her Underground Railroad. So I want to talk a little bit about that, because we often talk about the Underground Railroad, but as someone asked earlier, we don't have an Overground Railroad. So can we talk about that inspiration and that passion project right there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we started a company called Your Race Strategic Advisory, and it's about the book, Run Your Race. It was a blueprint for me for life success. In the process of doing it, I figured out a formula. And the formula seems to be working for other people. So if you help people discover purpose, purpose is really about the why. Then you figure out how to align their life, internal and external, around that purpose. Because once you find purpose, you find peace. If you can find peace, you get to prosperity. So once you get purpose, discover your why, get the alignment, create the structure, then I create execution plans. So my whole life as a pastor, people have been coming to me asking for solutions to problems, because a pastor historically has had to be everything in the community: the business leader, the lawyer, the politician, the undertaker, the tax man, everything. So employing those skills, and my background is pretty diverse: electrical engineering, Yale Divinity School, law school, ran $2 billion organizations. So God has been just blessing, but I've been doing it in nonprofits. Now I need to make profit so that I can make a difference for the overground.
That's right.
Network. I think if you bring the underground above ground instead of a railroad, it has to be a network in our modern language and connectivity. So in New York, what I started was just demonstration projects. If you get people together, oftentimes they don't know what's in their heart, their hand, and their home. And all this has biblical formula. So once you figure that out, you figure out people's passions, people's talents, and all I do is align it. When you do that, I don't have to call and wake you up. I don't have to motivate you to do what's already inside of you. So what I do is I find that why, we create structure, alignment, get people excited. And what I have found, that natural momentum takes care of itself. So I don't have to be a coach and more of an advisor. So that's the business.
Wow. We definitely have to have you come back, because there's so much to explore here. But I want to talk again and tell the people how they can get access to your book, Run Your Race, and anything that you want them to know about it specifically, to why they need to get to it.
Absolutely.
As you know, we're
did ask me
celebrating
one question. I do wanna come
Juneteenth.
back to
Today
that.
is a beautiful
What
day. We're
inspired you
going
about
into
Harriet Tubman?
history, having
Why
so
the
many
church,
conversations.
others were
It's also
praying.
Black Music Month.
Yes.
Other people were organizing.
And you know,
Others
I
were
think
lobbying
obviously
for
because
politicians to do
Juneteenth
that.
has become a
Somebody
federal
had to
holiday,
actually
a
be
lot more
moving
people learned about it, but I don't want
freedom.
people to get too
So for me,
commercialized
that
with
was
it
inspiration.
without understanding the
I'm
importance.
tired of going to social meetings and community meetings. It's like somebody got to actually start doing the work. So that's what's doing it. So if you want to check it out, yourrace.us, yourrace.us for the book. It's at regiebachus.com. Also on Audible. I encourage the Audible version though. You can hear my Southern drawl reading the book. It's a great book. I strongly encourage it. Check it out. Run Your Race, regiebachus.com. Also available on Amazon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
New music Wednesdays. Wednesdays. What they talk about. What they talk about. Word. Yes.
And I'm going to bring out the queen of the day over here, Miss Rita Daniels, 3 times great grandniece of Harriet Tubman.
Thank you so much for joining us, especially Juneteenth. All right, so we have so much to talk about, and
Yes,
as Wayne said, he said 3 times, but I feel like I need to say it. The great, great, great niece of Harriet Tubman. And if you guys can see behind us, this is the book that you wrote, Harriet Tubman, Military Scout and Tenacious Visionary. So thank you for joining us. How was your travel here?
My travels were fine. Hotel was great. Yeah, I'm originally from Auburn, New York, so there you go.
She does.
Yeah, I'm. So yes, back in New York is good for me. I live in Georgia right now, so having that chance to come back to New York was monumental for me because I was not coming on my own.
Understood.
So I just want to ask you, as we ask everyone who comes into the room, obviously you went through our media carousel. How was your experience going through that and speaking to everybody?
It was new. I've never done it before, but it was very interesting. The questions were very important, and when I say important, meaning that everything that they asked me was something toward the legacy of Harriet Tubman, and being a 3 times great niece to her was also important to me to make sure that everyone understands that I'm here to continue a legacy that if someone doesn't do it, it will end. It will just be another person. Now, there's a lot of books out there on Harriet Tubman. However, they have not been written with an actual descendant of Harriet Tubman with another person. The last time they had a descendant writing a Harriet Tubman story was back before Harriet Tubman passed away with the Bradford. So it was Sarah Bradford at the time.
So may I ask, what really inspired you to decide to write the book? And how long ago did you decide to work with us?
Oh, wow. It took about 2 years to write this book, but the interesting story behind me writing this book was I was in Connecticut, and I did a speaking engagement, because I was traveling, talking about Harriet Tubman. And a woman came up to me, her name is Jean Marie Weisman, and told me that she was a writer, and that I was inspiring her because Harriet Tubman's story needs to be told. And the way that I talked about her was that she has a history that no one really knows. And so it was important that we put it on paper and get it on writing. She called me after a week of speaking about it and asked me if I would be willing to work with her. Now, we end up writing the story, getting it together, but trust me, you do have your ups and downs when you're writing with someone. She lived in Connecticut, I lived in Georgia, so most of our conversations were basically over the phone or through Zoom or however, so we really didn't know each other that well. But we managed to get it done. We were able to get a publisher, and also we had an agent who helped us get the book on the market.
At what point did you understand the weight of it all and how important it was and who your descendant is, as far as understanding who Harriet Tubman is and what that meant to you?
Well, that's a very good question, because I will tell you that I was 9 years old when I found out that I was related to Harriet Tubman. And it was because during that time, 3 blacks in my classroom and total of 15 students. However, our teachers didn't look like me. And so we didn't get to choose our stories, but the other kids did. So the 3 blacks, we were given a person to write about. I was given Harriet Tubman. But during that time, Harriet Tubman's story was about 2 paragraphs. And in those paragraphs, one was that she was a wanted person with a bounty on her head. Then another one was that she was a fugitive and that people need to be looking for her because of her stealing slaves. So that was a financial issue for the people that owned slaves. You're stealing their property because that's what they were, and you're taking our money away from us. So the main thing was I wasn't happy. I was not happy that I had to write about a woman that stole slaves and had a bounty on her head. You know, when you're 9 years old, you want to be a good kid, and why do I have to write about her? So I went home literally in tears because I'm like, Ma, we didn't have a chance to choose who we want. Everybody else did. They got to choose who they wanted to write about, but I was given Harriet Tubman. My mother looked at me, she says, oh my God, are you kidding me? You know, kind of talking like that. She says, well, let me just say this. Before you get really upset about it all, I want you to know that you're related to Harriet Tubman. I'm like,
wow. At that time, you didn't know?
I didn't know. Well, my mother said, I didn't find out I was related to Harriet Tubman until I was 21. Aunt Pauline, the sister next to her, she didn't find out, well, she was 25. And I was like, oh my God, right, okay. You mean to tell me I'm related to a person that had a bounty out, she was a thief? And so here we are going to school with all these kids that didn't look like us, and I'm related to a thief. A person that had a bounty on her head. And so I wasn't happy about it, but as my mother started talking, and she says, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to talk to your Aunt Lyda. I want you to talk to certain relatives because they know more of the story than even I do. So after my mother kind of gave me some information about her, she says, you know, Rita, if it hadn't been for Harriet Tubman, a lot of us would still be enslaved. And for me, at 9 years old, what do you mean? Oh, I didn't understand that part. I didn't even understand slavery. Because growing up in Auburn, that was one of the cities, because Harriet Tubman lived there the last 50 plus years of her life, it was a city that did not recognize black, white. Okay, so we went to school with the whites. We went, we weren't separated. You know, I was born in the 50s, so very segregated in different areas. Right. But in Auburn, it was not. Harriet Tubman was able to buy land and all those kind of things. And so for me, I didn't understand slavery. I didn't understand that until my mother explained it more to us. And then after I went and spoke with other relatives about who Harriet Tubman was and how is it that she's related to us, they told us that she was such a great, iconic woman, but they didn't talk about it. My mother said they couldn't talk about her because back then it was still during a time when she was not recognized as she is today as an icon. as a woman who gave back, who ran the Underground Railroad and was a spy and a nurse and did all of these things. We didn't really know the whole story about her because her history was not in the book of me growing up. In this book, you're going to find that what we did was we wrote about the people who helped Harriet Tubman gain her freedom. So that would be the Quakers, and those are people that helped her escape certain incidents that would occur. You know, they would tell her, no, don't go this way, go another way. She had a very, very great relationship with the Heavenly Father that was God, and so she prayed a lot. But then she also had issues where she fell asleep. So, and that was because of her getting hit in the head when she was 12 going on 13. Stepping in the way, trying to help a slave, of course, she gets hit. But she recovered from it, and as time went by, she was able to get up and get out in the fields with everyone, but she had a relationship also with her father who helped her, who taught her about the celestial avenues of the stars and all of those things. So she would follow the North Star in order for her to get to her freedom. But she learned all these things and she didn't know she was going to use them until it was time for her to run away.
So at what point does this book start in her journey? Is this the very beginning or?
The book actually starts about in Ghana, because in Ghana, her grandmother, Modesty, now that was not her original name and nobody really knows what it was, because Modesty was the name that was given to her grandmother. When she was taken from Ghana, put on the ships, and she was stripped, her clothing, her jewelry, she had a lot of things, but she was taken from her land in Ghana, put on a ship, put in chains, and treated just like a regular slave, and she didn't understand it even then. Her journey became one that I couldn't even begin to explain it.
What and how was your identity and your values and your life choices influenced by the stories you've heard of her?
Her story, the keep going part, don't look back. So those were Harriet Tubman's words when she was helping the slaves escape. You know, I've always wanted to write about Harriet Tubman based on what I've been told. So in the long run, I finally got the nerve to some of the things that I wrote, things I collected, pictures and so forth with this woman, Jean, and we were able to develop a book.
I do want to ask one more question though. All right. Well, being the keeper of your family's history, obviously you do that through your oral storytelling through this book. I want to ask how important you think it is for us to keep preserving our stories and keep telling our stories, and who do you believe is next up to continue these stories?
It has to be someone in your individual family that will do this. For me, when my mother passed away, Aunt Pauline passed away this year. She was 97, the oldest living descendant of Harriet Tubman. That's as far as I know. Because there's a Maryland side of family members, and then we have the Auburn, New York side. And so I'm on the Auburn, New York side, and that was my mom, and that was Aunt Pauline, and other relatives. And so they are now gone. I was one of the persons, because of the history, because I had to write about Harriet Tubman, and because she was the person that kind of resonated in my head, that I had to keep going from all the things, the trauma, the traumatic things that happened to me in the past. So for me, I had to stick with her. Finding out that I'm related to this woman is what made me stronger. When I say stronger, to a point where I choose my battles. Not every battle is to be won, but I do know that If I don't want to deal with it, I don't have to. I teach my grandson, my grandkids, I let them know who Harriet Tubman was. My 4-year-old grandfather, there's not a day that goes by that he doesn't mention Harriet Tubman. And he's going to know there's no way you're going to be a slave. That's right. There is no way you're going to become that. Because guess what? You've got someone who made it out of that, and she did it for you. She did it for all of us.
You know, I think, Chris, Ms. Rita has taught me, I'm sure she taught you, we have to start the conversations with those before us so we can learn the history. Because, yeah, we have these devices, but it's nothing like learning our own history. And we've all been separated from each other, like many kids and families are being separated these days. So the journey started with conversations that your mother had with you.
That is correct. And all I can say is that when you have children and parents, please pay attention to your children. Teach them to become something great. Teach them something. If you know music, teach them music. Teach them something so that they can become great young men and women.
Well, thank you so much for all this history. And I know there are people in the room that have questions for you. So we're going to open up the floor for some questions real quick. All right. I believe the first question is coming from CTES.
Hi. First off, it's an honor to have you here on the platform. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. You brought up education, and of course, being an author, how do you feel about certain books being removed from curriculums in schools?
Well, I hate that. And when a lot of it is because they're removing the black books, they're removing books on gays, they're removing books from anything that the current president doesn't like. One thing I do know is that my book is still in the stores. And it was because I have a friend that is a black man who is a very good friend of the current president, who went to the inauguration, and he was trying to pull, and now there's some things of Harriet Tubman that I pulled down, but he knew I was working on the book, and he was instrumental in helping me get my Harriet Tubman Learning Center together. So he knew the importance of her legacy, and he would not let Donald Trump take that book out.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
So it's still in the stores, yes.
Where can they find this book?
The book currently is on Amazon. And if you order a book from Amazon, they have different costs, different prices for those books. So yeah.
All right, you heard it here first. Get the book. All right, so we're going to open up for another question. Go right ahead.
Good evening.
Hey.
Great to meet you. GQ City Smooth, representing Atlanta, coming from Windows Over Atlanta. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
So, with all the history, and this is such an honor to be able to speak to you in regards to this, but I am curious a little more of the intimate details that you get to present. So, can you give us maybe an unknown, something that we did not know about Harriet?
Well, there's a lot of things that she did. Some people knew that she was a spy, that she was a nurse, that she was very instrumental in women's suffrage. Some of those things are mentioned in the book as well. And she, of course, was the conductor of the the Underground Railroad. So she was very important. Those are just some of the things that she did. As a matter of fact, she did not have an education, but she did push education. So she didn't know how to read or write.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea of how many slaves she saved, to freedom, escaped?
There's different numbers. Okay, so when she did when she took people through the Underground Railroad, I think there was anywhere from 70 to 300. No one knows the exact numbers. And then on top of that, she also helped soldiers, people who are in the army. She helped heal them as well. But then they also, they say it was close to 700.
Wow. All right, we have another question. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kezalar. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's really an honor to meet you. And a descendant of one of my favorite heroes through the dark period, right? My question is, so she's known famously for the Underground Railroad. Are you aware of the contemporary Underground Railroad? Is there such a thing, or is there anyone that is continuing to develop the possibility of the need for something like that in the future for today's time, especially during the time that we're living in with the Orange Man?
Well, one of the things that I can say when it comes to the Underground Railroad, you have to remember Harriet Tubman was running away, going through the underground in order to escape slavery. Well, supposedly slavery doesn't exist now. So they are asking now whether or not we could start an overground railroad.
Absolutely.
So overground railroad would be much better because we are basically technically free, but
I mean, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I know that there are similar things for other circumstances that are happening now, you know, in our communities, such as domestic violence. And so they have these places where women and children that are being battered can sort of like disappear, you know, through a system, you know, of networking, you know, that would save them from being abused, you know, by whomever is the abusive person. And so extending that, you know, I believe that, you know, that's one way that would be instrumental. But are you aware of any other ways that there are, you know, systems that are in place for the possibility of re-enslavement or anything of that nature, you know, that's, you know.
Well, we certainly don't want anyone to be re-enslaved, but there are some people if you get to the political side of it, that is probably something, you know, for immigrants, for instance. They're getting locked up and so forth, and they need help. A lot of people still need help to get out of a situation that they're in, but how in the world can we help them? You know, being an immigrant, I'm not an immigrant, I'm from here, but I guess we're all really immigrants because our family members are from another country, most likely, including the president.
For real.
Thank you.
And his family.
Thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much. Honestly, we can talk forever and ever. There's so much history here from every walk of life in terms of your journey, your ancestors, your aunt, your mother, your life. And I want to thank you for taking this time to speak to us, to talk about the history and point out some very poignant and very historic moments in history. So can you please tell everyone where they can follow you, contribute to your journeys, and how they can get your book?
Okay, so the book, first of all, you can find it at Barnes & Noble. We are selling some of the books over there, where you see some there. Barnes & Noble has them, as well as Amazon. Then if you want a personal book that would be autographed by me, you can send me an email, daniels.rita09@gmail.com.
Say that one more time.
Daniels, that's DANIELS dot Rita, RITA 09@gmail.com. So you can get that book through there, as well as
audiobook.
And I was just getting ready to say that.
The manager had to come in.
The book is now on audio. And so for those people who are driving long distances, like Wayne, who's in the car a lot, get that audio so you can at least hear the story of Harriet Tubman.
All right. And how can anyone help with resources towards your school?
Right now, you can go to, if you buy the book, there's a little link in there where you can go ahead and just click in there. But we are in need of a lot of money the schools are needed, the Harriet Tubman Learning Centers. We taught robotics, the STEM programs. We help those children, the failing kids as well. So we want to make sure that this happens, that we get it reopened, because our little kids are getting pushed on without having the proper credentials to move on to get good jobs. And that's intentional, just so you know. That's what they're doing, it's intentional.
It all comes down to us taking responsibility and teaching the youth, and also donating resources so that our youth can continue to benefit from these resources, and for people like Miss Rita Daniels to be able to build these institutions so that we can continue to thrive and never go back into slavery, never physically, but also not mentally as well.
Right, we're not going back.
Never.
Never.
All right.
You know, what a wonderful way how to get into Juneteenth. So thank you so much. Continued success. Keep and never stop.
Keep going, that's
Keep
right.
going, right?
Never stop.
I think that's the
Right.
lesson.
And one of the things that I wanted to do, I want to give.
Thank you.
Oh, bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I need one more.
All right, one more. Well, thank you so much, and for everybody in the building, thank you for listening and taking the time. Please give Miss
Rita Daniels
a round of applause.
Thank you. Contribute, please donate.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Rita Daniels, great niece to Harriet Tubman. Dizzy Wax likes the movie.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Next up, experience New Music Wednesdays live at the Penthouse. I'm your girl, Chris Childs.
I'm your boy CL.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
I'm LuhKiddo. I'm sorry.
LuhKiddo. The kiddo is so cool. He like, yeah, you know, whatever. I'm chilling out, man. How's everything going with you, man?
Everything gorgeous, man. I'm just glad to be here. This is my first time being here.
In New York.
Yeah.
How's your experience so far?
I got a lot of traffic and a lot of population.
Well, it's an interesting week. Let's just say that. It's an interesting week.
That is true, man.
The Knicks won the championships. We just had the Puerto Rican Day Parade, Streamer University. I mean, there's like millions of people out here right now.
It was telling me, I'm not fond. Oh, my bad. I'm not fond. I don't watch sports at all. I'm not even interested. So they had to tell me about the Knicks and stuff like that.
Well, that's not something you hear every day. Where does your, I guess, interest lie when it comes to like everyday entertainment or motivation?
I mean, I always had a heart for music, an ear for music, always. I
Okay.
never really had a special hobby for anything else but music.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
How'd you get started?
It's like, all right, so I always had that ear, but like my big brother, he not my blood big brother, but he's like somebody that molded me with it. He like my yin to yang, you know what I'm saying? He rap also, you know what I'm saying, Know Ya. You know what I'm saying? He really molded me with it. Like he made me wanna do this sometimes more than when I was doing it. He was doing it at first. He was like a block star in the neighborhood, and I just was looking up to him, and it just always was behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it just made me want to go do it for myself.
Word.
Tell me what inspired you to just do this now and today, because that's a big leap. First time in New York, you like, I'm gonna go on the show, experience New Music Wednesday.
Now and never, like, you can't, it's now and never.
Now and never.
Like, I've been dropping since 2019, and it's just, it's never been going like how it's not supposed to go, but like I got signs and that I'm going in the right direction, but it's just like at the same time I got family, I got kids too.
Nah, facts.
I can't sit around and wait for the right sign.
Well, I like
you
to
know?
ask everybody who comes in here for the first time, how did you feel about the experience of speaking to multiple press at one time?
That was different. That was real different. Like,
Did you
that's
feel like you was
the first time I ever
prepared,
had
or
it.
you just got
Yeah,
prepared?
I mean, I'm always prepared. You know what I'm saying? That won't really like, you know what I'm saying? It was just different to having to talk to multiple different people at one time, but like, you never could not be ready for, you know, so I've been wanting this for so long, so like you can ask me whatever I'm gonna answer, like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Don't know.
Facts.
Don't know.
So, what's your focus in terms of what you're promoting right now? Single, EP, album?
I'm promoting a EP right now that I dropped, but I dropped the deluxe to it. I added 2 songs to it. You know what I'm saying? It's called Stop Snatching.
Okay.
But I've been promoting that, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on a tape though, an album in the August, probably like in the September or something like that. I don't have a date on it, but I'm the Problem. That's the name of it.
Awesome, awesome. Is there a record that's sticking out or standing out from that project so far?
From the
EP.
The
Or the deluxe.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah,
Nice.
it is what it is.
Is that what you're going to be performing tonight?
Yeah, that's what I just did the last.
The one mic?
Yeah.
Dope.
Good stuff. One of the things I think is important, like for artists like yourself, new artists, is really focusing on your hometown as well. How's the support been from, 92 CDX and BTJ and the other stations and DJs in the area? How's that been going so far?
Sure enough, like I'm not even familiar with this radio stations or nothing like that. Like I'm coming straight from Virginia, so it's like I'm getting straight Virginians. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's dope. These are Virginia stations.
I'm not just 92.1, 106.5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Literally, they play me on the normal.
Power 92 or 92.1, and but that's good. And I feel like one of the things is to make friends with them, and it sounds like you're on your way to that. Have you done any other things with the station or down there in terms of, like, let's say a listening event or a DJ meet and greet, or what else have you done?
I've done stuff like that, but not with the radio. You know what I'm saying? But I've done plenty of stuff like that in the city, not just even in the city in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I went out Virginia Beach, Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? I went plenty of places, but it's just like, it's Virginia a weird place, bro. Like I can't really. It's a weird place. Like y'all label us like tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? But y'all in New York, but y'all cover so many different places. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't have that for real. Like, honestly, we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? We got DMV. That's everything that's included. We don't include ourselves in Richmond. Honestly, that's Northern Virginia, but it's still DMV. You know what I'm saying? Us Richmond people don't consider it DMV, but it's DMV. You know what I'm saying? So we still get heard from those people, whether we want to or not. But it's not the tri-state area, though. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about your sound, you and your evolution in music, because you said you started in 2019, right? So where do you think that you are in this stage of your evolution as an artist, and where do you see yourself going?
Right now, honestly, I feel like I'm like really being the artist that I was supposed to be. Like, I'm out of the local scene, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always local still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stepping out of my bracket. I'm doing melodic. I'm playing with auto-tune.
Okay.
So it's like I'm a different kiddo. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a whole different from when I started in 2019.
So now that things opened up and you know that you're different from where you started, do you see a trajectory for yourself? Is everything open? Or are you saying, you know what, I pivoted and I'm going in a direction?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's bigger than music.
Bigger than
I
music.
feel like music is just, hey, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like get my attention. You know what I'm saying? It's not, hey, I do music and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. It's bigger than that. Like I want to do movies. You know what I'm saying? I want to put on.
Speak into existence.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to put on my state. You know what I'm saying? Like no, we got mainstream artists. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Missy Elliott. Also, but I honestly feel like that's not this time. You know, they are like Chris Brown, of course. When he make a song, it's Chris Brown, and it's gonna be a hit. But it's like the world don't look at him like, oh, that's Chris Brown from Virginia. They look at him like, oh, that's Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He surpassed that.
He surpassed that.
Yeah.
He's bigger than Virginia.
It's funny you said that. That's actually very true.
100%.
But it seems like the one thing about Virginia, which is just how it is that when people hit big from Virginia, they hit big. Yeah. This is going back, obviously, Pharrell.
We got some of the biggest artists in the world.
Missy Elliott, Timberland, and Chris Brown and Clips, and so on and so forth. So I really feel like that's one of the blessings of being from there.
But it's like, it's not, it's a blessing that I share the same state for some of these people, but it's like, it's not, we in a different state, honest to God, truth. I don't know how y'all do it in like other states. You know what I'm saying? And it look different in other states, but it's like, we don't know them people. Like, we don't cross the people. Honest to God, truth, the only person I ever crossed on some like normal day is Trey Songz, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can go. One day you might go out on the weekend, go to a bar or something. You know what I'm saying? You will bump into Trey Songz, man, with his cousin.
Trey Songz is outside.
No security.
He's outside.
He's outside.
Chilling.
You can bump into Trey Songz anywhere.
He drunk chilling.
He be outside.
Oh God, like he really, and he's the star he is as well. But he's like,
dope.
he's really a Virginia native as well too. You know what I'm saying? So you'll come across Trey Songz. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna come across Missy Elliott, bro.
You might come across Kiddo. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can always come across Kiddo.
Before we end, I did have one last question about the origin of your name. It's a cool name. How did it come about?
Sure enough. All right, so the person I was telling you molded me with the rapping, Noya.
Okay.
When I was like 12, 13, me and my big brother Vail, we used to steal phones, laptops and stuff like that. This was when you can reset the iPhone back then, and
man, we can't do that now.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
No, they made it so you can't do that.
Oh wow!
And everybody thought we was the smartest people on the block. And Noya started calling me Sid the Science Kid, cause my name's Cedric. Like Sid the Entertainer.
Okay.
So Sid the Science Kid.
Sid the Science Kid.
Don't know.
And then Kiddo became.
Kiddo, I got tired of that shit. Like, bro, stop calling me that shit. I'm not going for that shit. I ain't never liked the name, but. You never like your name.
In the
hood, when somebody give your name, you never like it.
Nah, that's what's up.
So no.
Well, listen, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. Shout to VA. Shout to the DMV. Shout to even the 7 cities, the whole state.
Gorgeous.
And yeah, man, we know that this is just the beginning for you. And we're happy to have you now before you take off. Because what happens when people in VA, they blow up so big, you just don't see them.
Face.
Huh?
You're going to keep saying that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's right. Listen, you heard it here first.
Sure.
Make sure you follow him. Tell him how they can support you, where they can catch you at.
You can find me anywhere. Type me in on Google, LuhKiddo. The LUH is Luh. Luh. Like L-A, right. But it's Luh. L-U-H. It's not Luh. It's not little. It's not Luh. It's Luh.
Listen.
You can get to it right there.
Yo, thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate y'all.
Y'all heard it here first.
The Penthouse is one of New York City's most vibrant and highly versatile premier event and shooting spaces, located in the prime New York City location of Midtown Manhattan. We feature high ceilings, incredible NYC views, and 5,000 square feet of space, perfect for hosting social and corporate events. Whether it be a birthday bash, elegant engagement celebration, or office outing, we're here to make your vision a reality. Visit www.thepenthouseny.com to book your event now.
She a kneel on. Been taking care of my kids, the law won't leave me alone. Coming outside for biz, if not catch me at home. I be handling shit from the crib.
LuhKiddo,
I handle shit when
you rockin' with Dizzy Wax, this new music Wednesday. You can follow me.
I done fell out with most of my peers. Ain't talked to them niggas in years. Ain't tripping, it is what it is, dawg. I'm from the rich, get cold Minnesota, but we ain't nothing like Minnesota. I just might go down the street to know. When they ask who started this shit, me and Noya. I'm a real block boy, I ain't got a rover. I'm the one made you put down that controller. Niggas up and down the street playing games, and meanwhile nigga wanna come fuck over. Hell no, I won't be no. Hell no, I won't be all that. When I was 13, probably thought I was whack. Never thought I'd be a thing on wax. Showing my kids some pics like, look at your daddy. They don't even know all that. Nigga, the life I live is real. I'm not the type person to be on that. I was down bad, fucked up my face. Nigga won't get me alone. Nigga, you ain't talking about no paper, just leave me alone. I can blow up right in your face, I just need me a song. I've been bustin' and thuggin' her since I put them Adidas on.